you have to respect the victims. But if you push yourself to an angle, to an edge, that you become like a useless human being because you're so sad, you're so frustrated, you're so you feel so lonely and desperate and powerless. What's the use of it? This is not respect.
But one of the things that happened at that time was there was this dictate that sort of emerged that, artists should not be playing concerts at this time. This is not a moment for playing music and concerts, and people shouldn't be doing plays, and people shouldn't be making movies. And you are one of the artists, the musicians that kind of did defy that a little bit. You played a couple of shows and you got criticized for it. So first of all, tell me how that experience was for you, and then I want to ask you about why you believe that people should play concerts, which I think is a legitimate opinion, but not one that had a lot of oxygen 3 or 4 months ago.
Yeah, it's such a delicate matter these days, but I think now we're past that phase.
Yes,
I mean,
it would seem.
I'm happy we are, because I think people understood that it's not a 2-month thing, or it's not a 3-month thing. It's a long process. So we eventually have to live. I mean, let me just like zoom out, not even as an artist, like as a normal person. If you're just constantly bombarded by, like, you're attacked by these sad news every day, a sad thing happens, and you're just receiving all this information, you're just trying to digest it, trying to cope with it, trying to stay calm, trying not to. But I mean, let's be honest, for the human brain, this thing is not sustainable. You cannot digest this amount of information. What I always discuss about with my friends, I always use this example of Second World War, for example. Like here in Belgium, the moment that people knew that the Nazis were coming, they were all living their normal lives, because, I mean, more than half of the populations, they couldn't breathe, and the other half didn't have money to like buy the newspaper. The only thing, the only source, I mean, the only media they had was a newspaper. So they would talk just like, okay, Germans are coming or whatever. But now, anything happens in the world, you are constantly contaminated, and like, almost like it's like an aggression towards your privacy. Whether or not you're on your Instagram and you see all this information,
Yes,
and you cannot filter out somehow.
that's right. We are receiving atrocities from around the world in real time, constantly into our hands, into our pockets.
Yeah. Let alone to this situation, like being Iranian outside Iran, and something bad is going on there, and you want to be informed, you want to keep yourself up to date, you want to know what's happening. I think my point is just like, the first thing that you have to do, you should really know what's your capacity as a person. I'm not talking about as an artist, as a person, to digest this information and stay relatively mentally healthy, because if I receive all this all these info every day, if I watch all these videos and then I'm a depressed, sad, lonely human being, what's the use of me in this whole thing? Like, what can I do as a citizen for Iran if I'm just constantly attacked by this amount of news? I think the most important thing is just like, you should know your capacity. You should know to what extent you can absorb these things and you can process them. And eventually, if you see you can't, you have to protect yourself. You have to give yourself some time. And that's the point that I was trying to get to. It's just, you have to live your life. You have to have normal life. You have to have fun. You have to go to concerts. You have to go to shows. You have to gather with your friends. You have to talk about stuff. You have to share the pain. You have to be surrounded by people. This is not the way you do it on your Instagram. Just sharing stories every day, sad news. You just read it somewhere, you repost it, which is good. Yeah, we have to. We
But
have to.
Peyman, is it a matter of respect sometimes? I mean, if you know,
Definitely.
if four people are executed by this horrendous regime today, does it feel odd to go out tonight and dance to a DJ and you know get drunk and party?
Uh, I think that this depends on, like, I think different cultures process the pain differently. Like, I think in our culture is the mourning
Mhm.
culture. Even before Islam, it was Sugesi Awashan. It was like it's all about mourning. It's been like that for a long time.
Right,
Some
right.
other cultures, they get, when tragic things happen, they dance, they party, they drink. They just want to keep the spirit levels high, as the song. I don't know. I was quoting from a song that I don't remember, but it's up to us. I mean, but I think what we've been doing is of no use. Like attacking other people, and one thing is a matter of respect. Of course, you have to respect the victims, but if you push yourself to an angle, to an edge, that you become like a useless human being because you're so sad, you're so frustrated, you feel so lonely and desperate and powerless. Uh, what's the use of it? This is not respect.